This is a story about King Ezekiah and King Sennacherib of Assyria. So Ezekiah had done so well, bringing the people, to worship in Jerusalem, and his reign was going well. And, the king of Assyria decided that, this is a perfect time for him to move against the kingdom of Judah. And, he had already moved against the kingdom of Judah. If you go back to read 2 Kings 18 and 19, you will see that even when he moved, right, King Ezekiah was negotiating with him basically. Okay, this is what I want to do. How do I pay so that this does not happen? What tributes do I bring? And all of that. Then King Ezekiah does all the things that he is required to do, or the king of Assyria has had him to do. And still that wasn't enough. And this is one major point, that you do not negotiate with the enemy. Do not negotiate with the devil. The devil brings in something into your life. You rebuke it immediately, right? Our job as children of God is not to negotiate terms with the enemy. So we see that, the king Ezekiah did what he did, and still the king decided, I'm going to move against Jerusalem. So Jerusalem here is the capital of Judah, right? And Jerusalem is where the temple of God is. And this guy is like, oh no, this cannot happen. I'm not going to allow this happen, under my watch. And he goes, they go to God, they pray, he lets these people know that we have greater power on our side. Understanding who we are in Christ is very important when we are going through the trials and tribulations in this world, because what the enemy tries to do is to make us forget our identity. And that was exactly what the king of Assyria was doing. He came to Jerusalem. He sent his messenger to the kingdom of Judah, and they were instilling fear into the hearts of people. And fear is the strategy of the enemy. He blows things out of proportion, and you realize that at the end of the day, what are you talking about? He came talking and he was saying, do you know how many kingdoms I've defeated? Do you know how many kingdoms that could not stand? Great kingdoms, what is Judah in all of this? And one thing that you need to understand is, in all of these kingdoms, they were not serving the living God. So in good perspective, right, they were not great. They were great in the eyes of an human, right? But they were not serving the living God. So which made sense that he could defeat them, because hey, the gods they were serving were just idols. They were not even gods, made of wood and made of some sort of carving. Right? And understanding that we have greater power on our side is very important. And a lot of prayers went in. Prophet Isaiah, gave the declarations, that what the Lord said, and the Lord said he was going to move against him, is the way he came, he's going to go back. And exactly what God said was what happened. But this is understanding the power and our identity in Christ. We cannot be bullied. The devil has no right to bully us, because why? He is already defeated. Always remind him of his doom. If there's anything that has challenged you, or that has challenged generations to generations, let that thing know that now you know God and you serve the living God. Now you have Jesus. You are dead and hidden in him. So nothing in this world can come against you. Nothing in this world has the power to bully you. Why? Because they have to go through Jesus first. It says that you are